Do, 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 do. Look, I'm not even live on Instagram. I got all the dancing going, and here we go. Here we go. We're back. We're back. We're back. Welcome to Day to Day with Elevate. I'm your host, Dorothy Enriquez. I am the CEO and principal consultant here at the Elevate Collective, formerly known as the Communication Strategist. So we have officially rebranded. TCS has been sunsetted. And then Elevate Collective has been brought to life with our 4 founding partners, yours truly, Dr. Essence, Dr. Lacey, Celeste Cuffey, and Tamika Smith. So, here at the Elevate Collective, we strive to make sure that leadership development is accessible, relatable, and transformative. We want to make sure that your leaders within your organization, your nonprofit, your small business, your corporation are equipped to produce more leaders who can then produce more leaders, right? And we want to make sure that your leaders are optimized to lead from every single seat they sit in. We have, together with the partners and we have over 75 years of experience total. We are wielding multiple certifications and degrees and major clients to include but not limited to US Bank, Planned Parenthood, the African American Chamber of Commerce, Boys and Girls Club, Citizens Bank, Kohl's, Campbell's, just to name a few. And so today I want to talk about this topic of leadership being an inside job. All right, so I want to spend a little time having us chitter chat about the inside job of being a leader. And then I'm going to post our title here on the gram, if I could type. It's an inside job. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just post that. And then we'll pin that. And then we'll live our best lives. So here's the thing, one of the first steps to becoming a remarkable leader is doing that personal work of getting to know you. I cannot tell you, I work with hundreds of leaders annually. And one of the things that's really important for us to go on this journey and make moves, make waves, be dope, is to do this challenging piece of essentially looking in the mirror and really cross-checking and seeing how do we show up, right? Leadership is an inside job. And when I think about, when I was reading this book called The Culture Code, one of the things that, or one of the groups that they study are jewelry thieves. And I think they were called the Pink Panthers. And so they were some jewelry thieves out of Europe, but they were like some of the best jewelry thieves that we've ever heard of. I mean, and they would just go in these amazingly expensive stores with hammers, bust everything up, take what they needed, and depart. And they would always find creative ways to leave. But the thing is, it's this idea of doing their homework, studying, and figuring out what they're going to do. It's an inside job, right? It's an inside job. And some of the best heists that we hear about, like bank heists and things like that, they've got an inside track to be able to do it. But if we overlay that, some of the best heists and the best bank robberies, set it off included, part of that is an inside job, and leadership works the same way. It's an inside job. And so part of being a remarkable leader is doing that inner work, doing that self work, doing that thought work. So if we're going to do that work, I got my notes here in my big old lead from every seat you sit in notebook. Do you have yours? Do you? Do you? So if we're going to do that work, step one is to know thyself, right? There's 2 kinds of people. There are the self-aware ones and the ones who aren't self-aware. But as you go on this journey of self-awareness, something that I want you to consider before the year ends, if you haven't already done it, is figuring out what's your mission, right? When you think about the next 10 years, or if we can't go that far, because sometimes that's hard for our brain to do, just the next 3. What are you on a mission to do? What are you chasing after at a fever pitch pace, right? And as things come your way, job opportunities, promotions, people who want to be your friends or they want to enter your network, what kind of alignment are you seeing between your mission and this person, place, or thing that is trying to enter into your life, right? And so if you don't have your mission, that's part of going on that journey of learning a little bit more about you and who you are. Hi, Facebook. I can't see who's in, but send me a little love note so I can say, hey. So I want you to think about before year end, what's your mission? Even if you can't think 10 years out or even 5 years out, just give me 3, right? Just give me 3. And once you have that mission together, I want you to send me a note so that I can see how it's coming together. Next, I want you to think of your vision, right? And if we can't do 5 or 10, let's try at least 3 years out, right? And so your mission and vision are what's going to put you in position to continue to go on this journey of knowing yourself. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It's really in your intention of how you want to be setting things up and how you want to be able to move forward over the next couple of years. Because here's what I know for sure, myself included. If we aren't clear, we are going to be pretty damn aimless, right? So how do we get that clarity? How do we get to know ourselves to the point where we're so clear, we know that our yes is our yes, and we know when to say no, and that we can download in our spirit that no is a complete sentence. But as we figure out our mission and vision, my friends, lady leaders, as we figure these elements out, I promise you it'll be a game changer, because you will begin to peel back the layers and get to know you just a little bit better and what's at the core. What's really important? What is going to drive the yes? What's going to drive the no? So that you don't have to keep deciding and agonizing every time something comes your way. It could be good, but it doesn't mean that it's good for you, right? And so we want to make sure that we get this clarity around our mission and our vision. Great leaders are not aimless. High performers often make the mistake of thinking that they can just wing it because they're dope. But the goal is to be dope AF. We cannot wing it. We can only wing it as long as other people are winging it. But as soon as they wise up to how this really goes down, we're going to be left in the dust every single time. We can't wing it. If we want to be remarkable leaders, winging it is not going to work. Yes, she is back. Welcome to Day to Day with Elevate. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and invite a friend as we chitter chat around leadership being an inside job. So I want you to really work on your mission. I want you to work on your vision. If you can't blow it out by 5 years or 10, just give me 3. And as you think through this idea of what is my mission, what is my vision, why am I doing all of this, right? That's going to help us continue to peel back the layers of this whole idea of it being an inside job. If we can't put these pieces together, how are we going to get to know ourselves better, right? And then the last thing that I want you to do, there's all these components, right? But the last thing I want you to do is, and I want you to write this down, I want you to focus on who you are instead of what you want to be. I want you to focus on who you are instead of what you want to be. Because especially as lady leaders and lady leaders of color, we often fall into the trap or the pitfall of defining ourselves by what we do and not who we are. And the challenge in doing this is, what if we get fired? What if we get laid off? What if that whole business collapses? Then what? Right? So I want you to focus on who you are instead of what you want to be. So that in the event, and this has happened to me, so this speaks from personal experience. In the event that you lose it all, you don't lose your head and your mind in the process, right? Because there's something to be said for having a clear mind, right? A clear mind is a clear mind. See? Look. Comp-o-sadacal. Listen, she can't read. I don't know. But Mr. Comp over here says that he was fired, right? And so when these crazy things happen, when we can really hold on to who we are instead of what we want to be, we are better set up to navigate and do that inside work to figure out what's our next move. And when we have that mission and vision in place, let me tell y'all, when my life collapsed, right? So, what was it? In 2012, I quit my job to pursue Dot Magazine full time and lost everything. Came back broke, dusty, busted up, and my parents had to, like, pet me like a little homeless cat and bring me back to life. But I had nothing. I had $75 to my name, no plan, no job. And so I really was wrapped up in what I wanted to be and not who I was. And I had to go on this very long, windy journey to figure out, well, who am I? Right? So that if and when it happens again, and it did, it just looks different, right? But when it happened again, being able to hold steadfast, like T'Challa's mama said, show them who you are, right? Remember who you are. And so this leadership thing being an inside job is real because nobody else can do it for you. It begins with you. I feel God pushed me out. The place actually closed. See? And look, I feel like God has a way of pushing us in, out, and through, above, and below things so that we can gather the skills that we're going to need as we elevate to that next level, as we accelerate our ascent. So here's the thing that I want y'all to hold. At the end of the day, leadership is an inside job. No one else can do it for you. There has to be this internal desire saying, I want to be better, I want to grow, I want to glow, and I want to elevate. And in order to do this deep work, it requires us in partnership, right? In concert with others, to take a look inside and see what's working, what's not serving me, and what can I add to my toolbox as I make plans and preparation for this elevated life that I want to live. Like, how do I begin doing that thought work and that self work to make sure that I'm prepared for what's about to happen next? So like I said, I want y'all to download in your spirit, right? Some of the dopest heists, right? Even the movies that we've watched that have been so dope, where people are stealing shit. It's an inside job, just like leadership. It's an inside job. Do we got to have accomplices? Yes. We want to pick accomplices who are going to help us get to where we need to go, right? And we want to pick accomplices that have solid right foundation and strong mindset as we build up skills that we may not have just yet. And I want you to put together a mission and a vision. It's not going to be perfect. It might be a little like, dang, but Oprah's mission is so much nicer. Or like, who's that dude? Tony Robbins. Like, his mission and vision is so dope. Yes, but it all begins with a step. Let's make sure that we do something, because if we do nothing, it's not going to get us closer to where we're trying to go. Here's what I feel like I know for sure. There's so many of us that have some dope stuff up here. Dope. Like, I literally was talking to my coach last week and I was like, I got millions up here. Like, for real, there's millions up here. I just need to hit print. But I got to also give myself permission to hit print, because sis is scared. Millions? I've never dreamed of even being a millionaire, ever. That's never been my dream, ever, right? And so that's scary. But as we hold steadfast and commit to doing our work, that thought work, that self work, and saying, you know what? I'm going to continue to study me. We are complex. Doesn't mean that we're complicated. Some of us are. But at the core, we're complex people. So we'll always be learning about ourselves, always. But there is something to be said for the leader who does that introspective work. Think about all the raggedy bosses you've had because they don't do their work. Imagine if everyone did a little bit more, just 5% more. Imagine what the world would be like. Imagine how it would feel to go to work and work with and for bosses who really want us to strike up meaning in what we do. That's the highest level of happiness that we can achieve, meaning. But imagine if every boss truly, deeply, in that deep part of their heart, not their heart, wanted us to find meaning in the work that we did. Imagine how the world of work would transform. It all begins with taking that inside look at leadership. Yes? Yes? Yes, I am happy. Yes, I am happy to help. I'm happy to share. Let's commit to putting together our mission if we don't have one, right? Let's commit to putting it together our vision if we don't have one just yet. And let's write it down and put it someplace where we can see it so that we can start getting our brains and hearts and minds prepped for 2022. We are not going to be caught in 2022 with our pants down. No, we are not. I want you to just give yourself grace as you begin trying these new things and wrapping your heart and mind around the fact that it's an inside job. And I want you to just tell yourself, look, I'm perfect in position. I don't have to be perfect in performance. Perfection is the lowest standard that we could aim for, right? And so we don't have to be perfect. We just got to get a move on it. We got to bust a move and just get started. Work on your mission, work on your vision. Focus on who you are instead of what you want to be. Focus on who you are instead of what you want to be. So that when life happens, because life is going to happen, you've got something to hold on to that's going to keep you anchored in the midst of a freaking hurricane, right? Especially if FEMA ain't coming to give you no help. You want to make sure that you're equipped and you're ready to weather any storm that comes your way, and that you will be grounded, right? It doesn't have to be that, oh, she's so strong. She's so strong. She's so resilient. Why can't it just be she's grounded? She knows who she is. She knows why she's here. And she's going to make a plan based on that mission, vision, that purpose, that calling on how she's going to move forward beyond whatever's happening right now. Leadership is an inside job, y'all. So it begins with taking that introspective look and garnering the assistance of other trusted advisors, counselors, coaches, therapists sometimes to help us get to where we want to be. If you feel like, man, I need extra special help as I construct this mission and vision, I'm going to take a stab at it, Dorothy, but I don't even know, girl. Then I want you to book some time. Go ahead and mosey on over to that link on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and book your Elevate Power Hour after you have made those initial attempts at putting that mission and vision together and continuing to gain clarity around your purpose. I also want you to share this video, because if this video served you, it's going to serve the next gal, right? It's going to serve the next person who wants to kind of get that reminder, especially as we're getting ready to head into fall. Even though here in Texas, y'all, fall ain't nowhere in sight, but whatever, it's fine. It's hot as hell. So I want you to share this video, and I want you to drop me a comment and let me know how it's working for you, right? Let's stay in touch. I'm going to continue to come back every Wednesday, just like we're used to, but we'll try this later time and see if it works for folks, right? So we're the corporate hustlers. We be at work, so I'm thinking 5 could work. But if y'all prefer our usual 3:30-ish, let me know. Let me know. And don't forget to visit the Elevate store. This is our old notebook. We have a new version now. But I'm telling you, this notebook is a workhorse, okay? The new version just has a new cover, and we've got a couple different options. We've got melanated and elevated. Lead from every seat you sit in. There's never been a better time to be a lady leader than right now. And so get the notebook that speaks to you. And, we'll come back and we'll continue to talk about how Elevate just celebrated 3 years full time. We are not on a top ramen diet and we do not live under a freeway. We are doing good, y'all. We are doing good. And I look forward to sharing more about the wins over the last 3 years. And if you're not subscribed to the newsletter where you're a member of the council, as an official corporate hustler, sign up. What are you waiting for? There's a link. Just click it. Join the council. Become a corporate hustler officially. I will see y'all next week. Do not forget, do not play me. I worked really hard on laying out this content for y'all. Share this video. Okay? We're trying to be prolific out in these streets. And the only way you can be prolific is if you can change multitudes of lives. And we can't do that if only 3 people hang out with me. So, let's plan for 5 o'clock next week. Keep me posted. Let me know. And remember, as we get after it at a fever pitch pace, you are required to lead from every single seat you sit in. Until next time, go be phenomenal. Go be great. You're dope.